Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Introducing from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing in at 210 pounds, your Italian hero, Joey Image!
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 48 of That Image Guy, and I am your host, That Image Guy. How the hell are you? This is, as I said, episode 48. I was hoping to do 50 in 2016, but that just didn't happen. I really haven't had much to talk about, and since the holiday season began, I've been just so busy. The last episode of this I did was November 11th, and I apologize for the very long delay, almost 2-month delay. As I said, I just haven't had much to talk about. Really didn't know, I don't know what to say and what to do. I don't know, whatever, man. I've had things to talk about, but generally it's like a something that can be taken care of or something that can be discussed in one Twitter or Facebook post, not something that would be a 20 or 30 minute podcast discussion. So anyway, I'm hoping to do that now. One of my goals for 2017 is to do at least one episode of this podcast a week, and I'm gonna try to make them short, quote unquote bite-sized episodes, 15, 20 minutes. I don't want to do an hour, like a lot of shows are like an hour, hour and a half, some are 2 hours. I don't want to do that. I think that's too long. I think it's too long to expect to hold people's attention for when it's really just a one-man show. It's different. It was a conversation, maybe myself, maybe a co-host, and maybe a guest for an interview or something like that. But since this is a one-man show, I don't want to try to ask you all to give me that much of your attention. So I figure maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes at the most, but even that's kind of pushing it. That was my original goal for this show, was one 30-minute episode per week, but I'm kind of thinking, that would be my limit. So I'm looking at possibly 20 minutes a week in 2017. Today is already January 2nd, so I figured I would get a episode out here early to you, early in the year, not going to wait until, March or April or whatever the hell. So I figured, hey, why not? Nothing going on much. Had a pretty good holiday season. I figured I'd come on here and talk about it. Hopefully everyone else had a just as enjoyable holiday season. But let me just talk about or mention one thing before I go any further with this podcast. Those of you that listen to my other podcast, Grumpy Cast, just had a couple of changes there. Wanted to let you guys know, so in case we have any listeners to both shows that maybe didn't hear the last Grumpy Cast we did, you'll obviously be aware of it as well. Grumpy Cast is a show that I do weekly with Daryl the Trek Nerd, at the Trek Nerd on Twitter. And it's basically just exactly the way it sounds. It's a podcast of grumpiness. So if you have something that's pissing you off, something that makes you grumpy, even if it's just something that happened once in your day and you kind of really get aggravated about it, let us know, man. Go on our Facebook, go on our Twitter, GrumpyCast on both of those, and let us know, and we'll read your grumps on the air. So that's basically what it is. It's almost therapeutic for me to get it off my chest and to kind of let go of that anger and grumpiness. Anyway, but the important changes I wanted to mention was we used to do the show every Tuesday night around 8:30, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We would stream it live on Facebook, and it's live also on Alpha Geek Radio. And actually, it may not be live on Alpha Geek Radio anymore, I'm sorry. But it was found afterwards, obviously, the podcast version on Alpha Geek Radio, on iTunes, on SoundCloud. But the major change is scheduling. Due to some things going on in my life and in Daryl's life, weekdays have become a little bit difficult for us the past few. In fact, those of you that are regular listeners of that show will know that the last couple of episodes we did were on Wednesday nights as opposed to Tuesdays. So what we've done is we've just gone ahead and changed the whole schedule. We found a day that works for us. We're not sure about time yet, but we're thinking maybe mid-afternoon, early evening, like 4:35 p.m. maybe Eastern Time on Sundays. So not only are we going to be doing Sundays, but we're going to be doing bi-weekly. So it will either be, and not every single episode will be on a Sunday, but that's most likely what we're going to be doing. So our first episode will be a week from yesterday, January 8th, on Sunday, January 8th, obviously this coming Sunday. And not sure about the time yet. We haven't really decided on what will work for us. but we are thinking possibly 5:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we will be doing Facebook Live. I'm going to try to figure out how to do that as well as YouTube Live. I may just add the podcasts to my YouTube page as I have been doing and just do the live feed right from there. We'll see. Obviously, I will let you all know. We'll figure it out. But just want to let you know about those changes. So again, if you have not listened to Grumpy Cast, I will urge you to please do so. It is, again, myself and Daryl Skills at the Trek Nerd. We have every week, we have audience participation. We get phone calls with, voicemails, emails, MP3s, whatever. And lately we've been getting Facebook posts as well. Facebook.com/GrumpyCast, Twitter.com/GrumpyCast. And again, something pisses you off, something bothers you, I've got a couple of things to mention from the holiday season that I'll talk about on Sunday. Give us a call, give us a voicemail at, send an MP3 about a minute long to grumpycast@gmail.com. Anyway, all that out of the way, let's talk about the holiday season for a second. I had a blast. I had an awesome Christmas. I had a really awesome New Year's. My entire family, Christmas Day, my fiance and I had this plan, like instead of doing a sit-down dinner at whatever, say 5 p.m. or whatever, and everyone's going to be there at 5, and make sure, if you have somewhere else to go, you go there first, or if you have somewhere else to go, you come have dinner and then rush out of there really quick to get somewhere else. We figured, screw that, because it's too constricting. It's too, okay, I have to be there at 5 o'clock, or before 5 o'clock, so we can sit down and have dinner, and then I have to go and see someone else's family or whatever, because most of our family is, with a significant other, married, a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, so, that's kind of we didn't want to put time constraints on anybody. So basically what we did was, hey, we're going to start cooking. We're going to start making stuff around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Food will be ready. We'll do appetizers or hors d'oeuvres or whatever. And then after that, we'll have some actual dinner stuff. We had a ham. We had a whole bunch of steak, a roast, a filet mignon. There was pasta. There was a whole bunch of stuff. And we figured, what? Come by around 2:30. Food will probably be done around 2, and stay as long as you want. Stay for an hour, stay the whole night if you want, whatever. And pick, eat whatever you want, whenever you want. There's no set time and whatever. And it turned out awesome. The only thing is we invited 25 or 26 people, something like that. Everyone that we invited showed up. And we didn't expect everyone to show up at the same time. We figured people would be coming and going all day. People come around 1:30 or 2 o'clock, hang out for an hour, and then maybe go to whoever else's house or whatever. Like my fiance's sister and husband, they came around 2 actually, left around 4:30, and then had to go to his family's house and see them. So we figured a lot of people would do that, so no big deal. It's not going to be a super crowded house. But boy, were we wrong. Meaning everyone came, everyone was here at the same time, and everyone left around the same time. And like I said, except for my fiance's sister and her husband, they did come for about 2 hours, but everyone else was here together, and we really had a good time. This was our first Christmas in our house together, so you guys, a lot of you guys remember from a few episodes ago, or episodes in the past. I've talked about it more than once, I'm sure. That we now live together. We have a house together. It's her house, the house that she's lived in for 4,000 years, and I've only been here about 7 months, so 6-7 months, something like that. So it's now my house. It's now our house together, and so this was our first Christmas. We thought it'd be cool to kind of do it like that, almost like buffet style, and that's what we did, and it was awesome. There was a ton of booze. There's still a ton of booze left. So we did that for New Year's and Christmas, and so New Year's was essentially the same thing, just a lot less food. We had a lot of food left over from Christmas that we finished a lot of it on New Year's. Some people brought other stuff on New Year's. New Year's was a lot smaller. There's only maybe 10 or 11 people here. And like I said, Christmas, there was close to 30 almost. So, that's basically what we did for both occasions. And it was a blast, man. We had a real tree that we got a few weeks, I think maybe a week, actually, before Thanksgiving. So we just got rid of that today, as a matter of fact. And we still have some leftover food from New Year's that we're going to get rid of during the week. And then I think we'll be free of food. There's still thankfully it's cold out right now. So there's a lot of drinks outside on our deck. I mean, in a cooler, but thankfully it's cold out, so it's keeping a lot of that stuff still cold, which is good. There's a lot of beers in there. There's a bunch of Gatorade. There's soda. There's this vodka tequila mix stuff that I've never heard of, that I haven't even tried yet, but it sounds awesome. I love vodka and I love tequila, usually with a chaser, obviously, but this is a mix. So it's just a lot of cool stuff going on. It was a really awesome holiday season. I hope everyone listening had a great holiday season as well, and continues to do so into January, February, whatever. And I know not everyone had a terrific holiday. I know not everyone had a terrific 2016. Excuse me. I hope 2017 is a hell of a lot better for everyone than 2016 appears to have been. I had a great 2016. I got engaged this year. I moved into the house. I got my home office set up, which a lot of people have been asking me about, that home office tour video that I promised 6 months ago. That's still coming sometime on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see when I get around to it. Hopefully, maybe this week I'll do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that was my holiday season. Hope yours was great as well. Shoot me an email or whatever, message on Facebook or a tweet. Let me know how your holiday season was. Maybe we'll talk about that in next week's episode. Anyway, so besides that, we had actually, let me talk about the guest room. We have a brand new guest room in our house as well. So we're in a 3-bedroom house. The hugest bedroom is the master bedroom, I guess you call it, which is our home office. So, and the smallest bedroom is the one that's actually our bedroom. We don't need a huge bedroom with a big computer desk or anything like that. We don't need a million dressers. There's 2 pretty good sized closets in there. So, we don't need a ton of space in the bedroom. So we've got the smallest bedroom in the house as ours. The second biggest one is a guest room, which we just put together. We had a guest come, I guess not this past Thursday was when she left. So 2 Thursdays prior to that, I'm not sure what the date was. I believe it was December 15th, I believe it was. So we had a guest arrive on that Sunday, the 18th. There was a WWE pay-per-view that night, and I watched it with my fiance, and we had a couple of family friends over, and we had a house guest come from Maryland, a girl that my fiance and I are both friends with, and she was the first person to stay in this guest room. So we, she, like I said, she came on Sunday. That guest room, last minute, was done on Saturday, the day before she got here, which was kind of cutting it close, but we did it good. My girl and her sisters actually did an awesome job. I didn't do anything yet. I put the Blu-ray player in there, and that's it. And all the Blu-rays, that's it. So there's a full queen-size bed, there's a closet, there's an extra, this external portable kind of closet thing. There's a bookshelf in there, there's a dresser. There's currently a 42-inch TV in there, but within the next week or two, I should have a 55-inch brand new put in there. The 42 is kind of on its last legs. When you turn it on the screen, it's pretty beat up, and it looks like it's been through heck. It's damaged, and there's stuff behind the screen that's broken. I've talked to some TV people that even they don't really understand what's going on, but it's all right, no big deal. Gonna get a new 55-inch. Got a great deal from somebody that I know that it may or may not have fallen off a truck, but whatever. 55-inch TV, 55-inch LG, so it's not even, and I'm not paying that much for it. It's big, but it's not smart TV. It's just not 4K. It's just regular 1080p HD, which is fine because it's in the room that gets used the least. But anyway, so I put the Blu-ray player in there. There's a Roku box in there. There's no cable box, but whatever, no big deal. All my Blu-rays are in there, my DVDs, so it's very cozy. There's a side table or an end table, I guess you'd call it, next to the bed. There's lighting in there, so it looks really nice. It looks like a regular bedroom, and so now that's our guest room. So we're looking forward to having anybody else over, whoever wants to come on over and hang out and check out the guest room in the home office. At Joey Image on Twitter. Let me know you're coming, and I will be here ready for you. So what else? I'm almost hitting about 15 minutes here, so I don't want to go too long. So I'm going to end it with talking about the beginning of my weight loss journey. Somebody mentioned to me on Twitter or Facebook today, I might have been Facebook, that this may have been a good idea, a good topic to talk about, since it's something I just started doing and I'm already having some success with it. And I don't know, other people are trying to do it as well. So, not that I'm some authority on weight loss or dieting or even nutrition or whatever, but maybe I can help somebody out there lose something too if they want to lose a couple pounds. Basically, what happened was when I moved here in May, I don't really know if I had. I shouldn't say I don't know. I had a regular doctor, regular primary care physician they call it, but I haven't been to him in years. I used to live in another apartment a few years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and actually that's not true. 2012, I moved out of that apartment. So 2012. Today's the 17th, or this is 2017. So a little bit less than 5 years. I moved out in June of 2012, so about 4.5 years ago, had my own place, and I had gotten a new doctor right there, primary care doctor. Originally, when I was living in my parents' house, was in the next town over. It was almost, I think it was less than a mile from the house. So when I moved to Parsippany, New Jersey, in my own apartment, I switched doctors because now I obviously wanted a local doctor. His name was Jose Garcia. Haven't seen that doctor in a very long time, and just haven't needed to go to the doctor for anything other than my broken neck and my spinal surgery. But that was a specialist. That wasn't a primary care, so I didn't really have a doctor when I moved to my current house in May. So it occurred to me and my fiance that maybe I should get one, just for regular health and checkups or whatever. So I'm now going to her doctor. And what happened was we went there and they wanted like a basic medical history and just kind of some background. And so we got that, and we're kind of starting over fresh as a new patient, obviously. So I'm doing blood testing and my cholesterol check, and they did that. I haven't gotten any of those results yet, but we did that kind of stuff. And he saw me for the first time when I went to his office, and he said, "All right, well, where did this big belly come from?" And I'm like, "Well, I like to indulge in the food activities a lot, and plus I'm Italian, so you can't tell an Italian guy like, hey, you got to stop eating. That's kind of rough." And so basically, he weighed me in. I weighed 270 pounds. I was 269.8 pounds, which is the heaviest I've been in my entire life. When I was all through high school, I was 142. I don't know how I maintained that, but I was 142 all through high school. Once I got out of high school, I kind of went up and up and up. By the time I hit 21 years old, I was about 195. The only good thing about my weight gain, or my weight in general, is that it's all in one spot. So I don't have big, fat, flabby legs or big, flabby arms or biceps. I don't have 4 chins. I don't have like, I don't know what you call it. I don't have neck fat in the back of my head or whatever. But it's all right in my belly area. All of it. It's right in one spot. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get rid of, and I'm working on that now. But anyway, so I went in there, and he weighed me. I was 269.8, so I was 270 pounds. That's the heaviest I've ever been. I'm 39 years old. I will be, actually, this is January, so February, March, April, May, June. So 5 months, this is January 2nd. So 5 months from today, June 2nd, I will be 40 years old. I don't want to carry that kind of weight around at 40. I don't want to carry that weight around at 39. But since I retired from pro wrestling in June of 2015, I haven't been very, very active. That was my, I would do home exercise stuff, calisthenics, whatever. Push-ups, sit-ups, stomach jacks, whatever I could do at home during the week, 2-3 nights a week, and then I would wrestle on the weekends, and those were basically my workouts. But towards the end of my wrestling career, I started to get a belly, which was very visible. And now I'm a year and a half out of wrestling, and it's gotten bigger because I've been almost 100% less active. Not quite 100%, maybe 90% less active. I mean, I still do stuff once in a while. In fact, there's two stairwells I need to go up in my house. There's the front of the house has steps. The front of the new house I'm in now has steps, and then there's about 18 or 19 steps going up to the floor that I live on. So, so I am getting exercise, but that doesn't really count to me as exercise. That's just going in and out of the house. So, when he told me I need to lose, again, 270, he told me I need to lose 10% of that by February, which is 27 pounds. So, I'm on the way to that now, but he told me overall, in total, I need to lose 90. So he wants me down to about 180, which a lot of people have told me that might not be. I'm 5'8", I'm 5'7" to be exact, 5'7" and 3/4. So I rounded up to 5'8", and a lot of people have told me that 180 pounds might be too thin for my frame or for my height, that I might look sick. So maybe I should kind of hover around between 195 and like 205. So I'm cool with like an even 200. But he told me I should be around 180. So again, 270 down to 180 is 90 pounds. So I'm going to see if I can do that. If I get down that low and my doctor and myself feel that maybe I should gain a little bit of that back because 180 is too low, then I will definitely not stay at that. I'll do what I can to get back up to around 200. But a lot of people have asked what I've done and how I did it. And how I did it, I'm talking about losing the weight, because as of yesterday, I think it was, right? Let me check my records here for a second. So as of December 31st, New Year's Eve, I think it was 3:30 p.m. when I weighed myself, I was 257, which is 13 pounds lost. And the date that I went to the doctor was December 14th. It was a Wednesday. So for those of you keeping track, that is 2 weeks and about 3 days later. So in a little bit less than 3 weeks, I lost 13 pounds, which is not a huge amount, but it's a hell of a start, I think, especially for me, who, hasn't dieted hardcore in a while. Back in 2008, or 2006, I think it was actually, when I was with my ex, we did the Atkins Diet, and we did it hardcore. I mean, calculators and adding up the carbs and protein and all this stuff. And I lost 35 pounds in 1 month. And I felt great, and I hadn't been that thin in a long time. And that weight, the good thing about that weight was I did put it back on, but it took me, almost 10 years or 8 years to put it back. So it's not like I lost 35 pounds, in June, and then by September I'd gained it back. No, it took me a few years to gain that weight back. So, 35 pounds in a month was a huge accomplishment for me. So now I've done 13 in about less than 3 weeks. So, and again, that was 3 days ago that I weighed myself. So I don't know, maybe I'm less now, who knows? But I'm trying to not weigh myself too often because I don't want to get discouraged. If I weigh 257 today, I don't want to weigh myself tomorrow and I'm still 257, because to me that's not progress. That's nothing. That's a lateral, it's nothing. So I don't want to get discouraged and kind of weigh myself too much. So I'm going to stick to about once a week and see how that pans out. And so basically a lot of people have asked me what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, what I'm doing differently. The number one thing is portion control. I don't eat pizza anymore. I haven't in a very, very long time. Even before the 3 or 4 weeks ago that I started doing this, 3 weeks, I guess now, it's almost 3 weeks that I've started doing this. I just haven't had pizza in a while. But, for example, I can order a large pie, it can eat the whole thing by myself, and then 20 minutes later, still be hungry and have a bowl of ice cream. Now, if I were to get pizza, I would force myself to stop at 2 slices, and I have water. So, like I'll give you an example. I love Chinese food, so I order a lot. I order egg rolls. I have fried rice. I'll get General Tso's chicken, boneless chicken ribs, and sesame chicken, something like that. And I'll eat most of it myself, and I'll leave some for the following day. Now, when I order there's a Chinese place around here called Imperial. They do amazing food there. Great, great, great place. Actually, my fiance and I went on our first date there, and our 1-year anniversary and our 2-year anniversary, and we will go there again this June 4th for our 3-year anniversary. So when I order from there now, I only order steamed broccoli, no sauce, and I order brown rice. So, and I have it with water. I get a bottle. I don't order soda or anything like that. I haven't had a regular soda in weeks. What I've been drinking when I do want a soda is I'll drink Coca-Cola Zero, because it's 0 calorie. I know it's got aspartame in it. It's still not good for you, but I limit myself to 2 a week, and I don't even have 2 a week. I haven't even had 2 sodas a week in, I guess, 3 weeks since I went to the doctor. So I'm only still having 1 a week. I allow myself to have a second one if I want. I can't go hardcore right into every single meal has to be 1,000% healthy, and I can't eat garbage anymore. I have to be able to give myself, 1 or 2 pieces of crap food a week. Like yesterday I had 2 brownies, and yesterday was Sunday, so now I won't have garbage food again the rest of this week until next Sunday. And if I do, it'll be like, a cookie, maybe 1 cookie here and there. And we don't keep cookies in the house anymore. We don't really keep chips. I don't really eat anyway unless they're Doritos or Fritos. I don't really like potato chips. I don't like pretzels. I'll eat them if they're there and that's all that's really available, but I'm not really into either one of those. So, my garbage food for the rest of the week will be 0. Again, maybe 1 cookie and just stuff that we have laying around that people gave us on Christmas. So it's not like I'm going out and buying cookies or buying brownies or cakes or pies or whatever. So, I'm really, for me at least, I'm doing great, I think. And I don't normally toot my own horn. I don't put myself over. But this was a very difficult decision, I guess, for me to make. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't something I kind of thought of on my own. My doctor did tell me, another thing that my doctor told me was, or my new doctor told me, was about my blood pressure. Normally, I guess normal blood pressure is 120/80. So when I went to get checked, mine was 159/98, which is not good at all. So another thing the doctor told me that was that I am dangerously close to having, I was dangerously close to having a stroke. So I need to lower my blood pressure, so I'm on pills for that now. And he said lowering my weight will obviously help with that as well. So that's basically where all this stemmed from. But getting back to how I did it or how I'm doing it or what I'm eating, other than portion control, a lot of protein, a lot of greens, a lot of fruits and vegetables, raw fruit, a lot of raw vegetables. Basically, like, I'm a big spinach guy. I really love spinach. I love broccoli. Like, I was the only kid growing up in my school that loved spinach and broccoli. So I eat that by the carload, that stuff. And it's all good. It's greens. I know, I guess too much of a good thing is not good for you, but I don't go overboard. Like I said, if I get Chinese, I just get steamed broccoli, nothing added to it, no sauce, no dressing, no nothing, just steamed broccoli and brown rice. And, I'll get, oh my God, let me tell you this. For the first time the other night, I think it was maybe Thursday night, I ordered sushi from the Chinese place because they have a diet sushi menu. I had never, ever heard of such a thing. So it was, the sushi that I got was tuna with, obviously wrapped in seaweed. It was tuna, brown rice, and a piece of mango. And it wasn't wrapped in seaweed. It was wrapped in soybean paper, which it didn't at all taste like sushi, but it was still good. And they gave me the fat-free soy sauce, which I asked for over the phone, and they gave me that. And, and I had that and steamed broccoli and brown rice, and it was awesome. And, again, I weighed myself a couple days later, and I had still lost weight. So I know I'm doing something right. I may not be eating the most perfect healthy diet ever because, I do feel like I'm not eating enough of healthy stuff. I'm still eating healthy stuff, but I feel like maybe I should be eating 1 or 2 more meals a day. Like when I was in training, for example, and Simon Diamond came down to do guest training, and he would talk about nutrition, and he was like, you got to eat like 6 small meals a day every couple of hours. And so I'm not doing that. I'm still doing basically, I don't even eat breakfast. I don't eat a real breakfast, but since I went to the doctor, I have been. What he told me was like a protein bar or shake for breakfast. So I'm doing both. I do a protein bar for breakfast and a protein shake. And then lunch, I have like a salad or I have grilled chicken. That's another thing I'm eating a lot of grilled chicken, or a salad, a lot of spinach salad I like. Either 0 fat or low fat dressing or no dressing. And then for dinner, my fiance makes something healthy, like a steak with greens and, broccoli. And I'll have broccoli and a salad, so I'll have a lot of greens, plus, tomatoes in it, whatever. Very, very light kind of topping of like low-fat mozzarella cheese or whatever kind of cheese. It's always low-fat. Low-fat or fat-free dressing we do. So she's really helped me a lot, my fiance. She's helped me a lot. She's supported me every step of the way for the last, again, that's only been about 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks, I think. So I am, kind of in the midst of just getting used to this sort of diet and this sort of the portion control thing is such a big thing for me because, like I said, I could eat a whole pizza by myself. Now, if I even have pizza, I'll have 2 slices, and I haven't had it since probably before Thanksgiving. I haven't had pizza. I don't think. I'm not sure why. I just haven't. So, and I won't anytime soon because I don't want to. It's too greasy for me now. I don't want to eat stuff like that. In fact, when we had a house guest here last week, there was one night where I was home. It was just her and me here, and my fiance was at work, and she was in the guest room watching TV, and I was in our office doing some YouTube work, and she actually yelled, "Hey, you want to go out and grab a slice of pizza?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, I can't eat that." And and also the night before that, we were at a mall. I went Christmas shopping, and she said the same thing. "Hey, you want to go to California Pizza Kitchen?" And I was like, "I can't really eat pizza." So we went to Salad Works instead, and I got a salad with grilled chicken. I'm a huge grilled chicken fan. So I'm even taking steps to intentionally avoid crap foods, which, again, for me, that is a huge thing. I can't really fathom myself not, turning down pizza, never mind 2 days in a row. But I did it, and I'm drinking a ton of water, just plain water, whatever. I don't do once in a while, like my fiance, I'll buy the Crystal Light little packets of like lemonade flavor or cherry flavor or whatever it is. Cherry pomegranate, there's one. There's like an iced tea. There's lemonade. Like I'll use the Crystal Light ones because they're 1 calorie each and there's no sugar. But like other ones I can't do. Like there's Hawaiian Punch. I can't do that. It's way, way too sweet. Even though there's no sugar in it, there's aspartame, I believe, which is not really good for you. We don't keep sugar in the house anymore. We don't keep sugar we only have sugar for like cooking if we need it or baking or whatever. Because she baked some stuff over the holidays. But we only use that stevia stuff now, which is supposed to be actually healthy for you, a natural sweetener. It's not bad. I do like 2 of those in a cup of plain black tea with no milk, and it's not bad. So again, man, a lot of leafy greens, a lot of protein. And heads up on the protein. Buy a whole lot of toilet paper because you're gonna need it, and baby wipes because you're gonna need it. You're gonna be running back and forth to the bathroom pretty often. Just that, a lot of water, greens, protein, shrimp. I did a lot. I had some shrimp. I don't know if shrimp is really good or bad for you, but that's so fish basically is what I was gonna say. But I had some shrimp over the holidays. I'm not a big fish guy other than sushi, but like my parents like flounder and crap like that. Like you can eat fish. Fish isn't bad for you. Just not my deal. I like shellfish, so I can do lobster, crab, shrimp, whatever. That's fine. So a lot of that stuff and a lot of water. I mean, I've been drinking. I have a regular empty bottle, 16.9 ounce Nestle water bottle, and I just fill that like I don't know 5 or 6 times a day. And we have one of those it's a Poland Spring water cooler at my day job, so I fill that up 5 or 6 times a day, and I'm drinking that constantly. When I come home, I have maybe 1 or 2 more. So whatever it's basically 17 ounce, 16.9 ounce, whatever. So whatever that is times like say 6, that's the amount of water I drink in a day, and it cleans you out, flushes you out. Obviously makes you have to pee a lot, but it's good for you. So I now prefer water or even like a Gatorade over a soda or over iced tea or whatever. And if I do get iced tea when we go out, it's unsweetened. So basically that's kind of what I've been doing. A lot of, like I said, a lot of grilled chicken, even steak. Steak is good, no carbs in steak. It's all protein. So I don't do beef jerky anymore. I used to be in love with beef jerky. I still love it. I just can't eat it anymore. Too much sodium. Stay away from salt, people. Salt retains water. Water retains and adds weight. So that's another reason why I've been peeing a lot, I'm assuming, is because I'm drinking a ton of water and I'm eating much, much, much less salt. So I'm not retaining a lot of water. I'm getting rid of a lot of water. So that's basically all I've been doing. And I mean, I know it's not really in tip form, but if anyone gets any kind of satisfaction or any kind of tips out of what I just explained about my own current diet, then thank you, and I hope that this helps. I'm going to wrap this up right here. Again, this has been episode 48. It has been longer than I wanted because I can't ever shut up. But hopefully I will edit this down to about 20-25 minutes. And I will see how it goes. And again, please remember, GrumpyCast will return this coming Sunday, January 8th. Facebook.com/GrumpyCast. Go like the page, please. Follow us on Twitter at GrumpyCast on Twitter, and it's on iTunes, it's on SoundCloud, we're on Alpha Geek Radio. You can find all of us there. You can also find this podcast on iTunes. I'm not sure where you got it from, but also YouTube. I'm going to be doing more video podcasts as well in 2017, so I will do this via probably Facebook Live. And then afterwards, I will edit what I need to, if I need to, and upload it to my YouTube page. So there will be a lot of YouTube, Facebook/YouTube live podcasts coming up soon. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.com/JoeyImage. Please follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/JoeyImage, or at JoeyImage on Twitter, facebook.com/RealJoeyImage. And one of the most important things, please, I do have a wedding to save for, so if you would just do me one solid, prowrestlingtees.com/JoeyImage. That's prowrestlingtees.com/JoeyImage. Grab a shirt, buy a shirt, wear the shirt. Please check it out. I thank you all for listening. This has been episode 48. Again, I hope everyone had a very happy and safe and healthy holiday season 2016 into 2017, and I will talk to you on my next episode, which again will be next week, 2017, weekly episodes, finally. Thanks a lot, guys, for listening. Talk to you soon.